Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the ATS JR Companies Network, the ATS Business University Marketing Training. We have been in the Humanizing Your Brain keynote by the Antonio T. Smith Jr., and the description of it is, we all know that attention is the new currency, but how does one get attention that can lead to trust so customers will buy from you every time? That was the sole purpose of Antonio's keynote and the problem that it addressed. Antonio discussed how to discover what your audience actually wants, how to give it to them every time, and get them to trust you and your company brand to activate their purchase power. Another thing that he told us was, when a customer gives you money, that's their way of saying thank you. So with humanizing your brand and customer intimacy, you're getting them to tell you thank you every single time. Thank you for that product. Thank you for that information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And in this keynote, we discussed the number one way to scale your business to millions. We discussed the best social media for marketing yourself. We discussed digital and human sales funnels. We discussed how to grow your social media using the brand score, value, rarity, and imitability, and non-substitutable. We also discussed in the digital and human sales funnel, we discussed the 6 stages of a sales funnel, which is awareness, discovery, evaluation, intent, purchase, and loyalty. Then from there, we talked about the 10-hour date. That was fun for me. I don't know if it was fun for y'all, but you want to simulate a 10-hour date when it comes to your audience. Then after that, we discussed creating longer content. And the last thing we discussed was how to master reading people. Now, last week we had some amazing, we had 2 amazing teams that we put together. We had Jerome and Law, and then we had Vince and Miss Pam. So they are all coming up with something, and I spoke to Miss Pam earlier, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yay. And if you were on last week's call, you would know that they actually took a moment on the Zoom call to actually brainstorm different ways to market different audiences. Now, with that being said, today we are going to discuss creating a community. Now, your first call of action for this class is, if you have not done so, create a group that is only a resource. Antonio actually gave this to us previously, so I'm actually reiterating, if you have not done that yet, go ahead and do that. And then once you complete it, send the link to your group that you've created to info@atsjrnetwork.com, and I'll make sure I put everything into the chat for you as well. The second call to action is join other groups that are filled with like-minded individuals and do the 3-3-3 technique daily inside of that group. And as I go through today's lesson, you'll understand why. The next call to action that we have is come up with a posting schedule for your group. And then the final one is come up with a benefit of being a member of your group. For example, do a weekly live broadcast that's a Q&A or an interview or something around that area. Or you can allow members of your group to post once a week about their company, their products, or their services. Or you could have a giveaway once a month. You can give away something within your group once a month. So these are the calls of action for today's class. So the first thing that we're going to discuss in creating a community is pay attention to other people's content and comment on it intelligently. This will make them follow you to your blog, your page, or your group. When you comment intelligently, you catch the attention of that person and their audience. And this will pique interest in you, and they will go do research on you. And this is a way of marketing that will draw them into your sales funnel and make it easier to convert them when the time comes. This is you marketing without all the bells and whistles. You are also directing them into your sales funnel. In the 6 stages of the sales funnel, the first stage is awareness. In awareness, you're bringing awareness to the value of your product. When you comment intelligently, you're bringing awareness to the value of you and who you are and your brand. You're letting people know why you are unique. And so people are going to start talking about you to others, bringing others to awareness about you. And at this point, once they start doing that, you let your content speak for itself. Because once awareness is brought to you, they're going to go into the discovery phase, which means you piqued their interest. So now they want to see how good are you really. When you respond intelligently, let's say you go on one of Antonio's posts, and you comment intelligently. We all know that Antonio's network is huge. So it's no telling who within his network saw your post. So now you have piqued their interest. You have brought yourself into their awareness. So now at this point, they're going to be like, well, who is this person? Because that's a pretty good comment right there. So now they're going to go and they're going to start researching you. They're going to go and see who you are. They're going to go to your page, and they're going to start scrolling your page. They're going to see your videos. They're going to see your text posts. They're going to see your graphics. Then they're going to start clicking links. That's why you create your content and you put links to your funnels within your content, because once they start clicking, now they're completely absorbed in everything you. Antonio does this. He will go on someone's page, and we all know his level of intelligence, so we know when he comments, it's like, wow, who is this guy? Let me just go see who this is. Let me just go click that. And then once they're on his page, his entire page is a funnel. From every post to every link, he can post something from somebody else, and it'll still funnel them to him in some shape, form, or fashion. Does your page do that? Because what happens from there is now he's taken somebody from someone else's community, and he has started to add to his. All because he made one intelligent comment on somebody else's page. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to bring on our CEO, Mr. Antonio T. Smith, Jr. Take it away, boss man.
I'm going to have Deanna lead this exercise. I need a volunteer. Doesn't matter what it is. And actually, let me qualify you. I need a volunteer who knows how to share their screen. Preferably someone who doesn't get salary paid by me. Nobody knows how to share the screen but you, so let's go ahead with you, young person. You're not going to have old man Bob and young man that likes older women popping up in your inbox, huh? Okay, all right. We can go ahead and share your screen. There we go. Because, you at that age, you get them from both sides. You get the deacons and a little young whippersnapper that just got finished doing high school. Oh, okay. There you go. We want you have a group, yes? Deanna, I want you to walk her through her group and to maximize her group in the way you're teaching, in a way that would make me feel better. Okay?
Hey.
Go to your group. Deanna, I'm going to mute my mic, and I want you to list those call of actions again, and then we'll pick it up from there.
So the first call of action was, if you have not already, create a group that is only a resource. and then send the link to your created group to info@atsjrnetwork.com. Then you're going to join other groups that are filled with like-minded individuals and do the 3-3-3 technique daily inside those groups. And then you're going to come up with a posting schedule for your group. And then from there, you're going to come up with a benefit of being a member of your group. Example, a weekly live broadcast, that's a Q&A, an interview, you know, inviting someone on just to you know, be a resource, or allow them to post once a week about their company, product, or services, or have a giveaway once a month, things of that nature. So, Grace, we see that you have your group, which, personally being a member of the group, it is a resource. I love, me personally, okay, so like this math problem right here, I actually did it when she first posted it. I was this close. But Math Made Fun is definitely a resource. So, Boss Man, we have gone through all of the calls to action, and Grace has her page and she is sharing her screen.
You can mute your mic. All righty. Now, all of you should be following along on your own Facebook page. If you can't multitask like that, I don't blame you, because multitasking is actually a lie. It is not something that actually exists. No matter how clerical you are, Adonia, right? Multitasking is, I can't see your face. Let me scroll down. All right, there it is. Multitasking is a lie, right? So I don't blame you. But then take notes on what she is doing. Grace, point to us something that we are calling a resourceful post. Come on in. You got to do that on the mic.
This post right here,
Give him the...
I'm letting people know that math is used every day, and one of the ways math is used, math helps you to get fit. If you know your fitness goals, you know how much weight you want to gain or lose. Those are numbers, and you know what it is that you need to do in order to hit your goal, hit your weight goal, whether it be you want to lose weight or you want to tone or whatever it is, whatever your goal is. For fitness, math helps that. You have to eat certain things. And so you have to know the amount of things you need to eat in order to get fit. That's math. And so all types of ways for fitness goals, math helps you get fit.
Outstanding. We got a new client. He owns a TV. No, it's more than a TV streaming service. He basically is the competition of Comcast. And he's got more channels than Comcast and all of Comcast's channels. And he's going to need to start a group, right? Yeah. He's going to need to start a group, and this is what this is about. Good stuff. All right, Grace, you explained to us how this is resourceful. Go back to it. Okay. Now, I want you to do it again, but this time, tell us what you didn't say. How is it resourceful? Not why, how? What is the aftermath of such resourceful content?
The aftermath of such resourceful content, well, someone may come to my inbox and say, hey, you're right about the fitness goals, that math does help with that. I'm going to need some help with some math. Can you help me out with that?
All right. You can mute your mic real quick. Now, because someone's going to ask me, well, what do I do when they come in my inbox, right? Grace, they're going to come in your inbox, and what are you going to do?
I'm going to ask, how can I help them? And then when they tell me what it is that they need, I let them know, you know what, I can help you with that.
What What is asking how do I help them mean? What is that? What is asking them how do I help them? And then actively listening and then addressing what they ask. What is that?
Digging deep.
And what is digging deep? Give us some explanations on what digging deep is.
Digging deep is you asking the person what it is they need so that you know how to tailor your product to what it is they need. You don't have to go into full presentation mode, saying this is what my product does, this list. All you need to do is hit the points of their needs with your product. The more you ask and the more they talk, the more ammunition you have to close the deal.
Sounds like Daryl's training and piquing interest, right? And having a genuine conversation. As a matter of fact, since Daryl is here, Daryl, tell us. Well, let's recap real quick. Let's recap, and then we'll let Daryl come in. We're recapping for cohesion, so everyone understands what just happened at this point so far. You posted a resourceful content. You use hashtags too to make it more searchable, etc. Okay. 2, with that resourceful content, you had an agenda. Can you explain to us your agenda again?
My agenda is to get people's wheels turning, saying, hey, I do use math every day, and this is one of the ways. And that way they can come to my inbox, and because something will spark, the right customer will get sparked and say, you know what, I need help in math because I really do use this every day, and I want to brush up my skills on it, and I think she would be the person to help me.
So it sounds like before you were even building a rapport, because a lot of training, I hope y'all hear me, most training of experts is all about teaching you how to close a deal after the rapport is built. Teaches you how to build a rapport after the person has approached you. Grace is at the very beginning of, hey, approach me. Does everybody follow me real quick? All right, do me a favor. I'll stop you. You get ready to share your screen again. Let me stop your screen. Because I can't get Darryl to jump in. I can't get anybody. Does everybody understand what I just said?
Yeah.
Okay, right? So good. This isn't in the middle. Most trainings are in the middle of the conversation. So everyone gets excited. Everyone says, that's a great idea, Antonio. And they get off and they go, hold on. I'm still nervous, right? Because we taught you how to pick up on step 2, and we neglected or we assumed step 1 was common sense, as in pique someone's interest, okay? I'm saying that pique someone's interest because that's the alley-oop for Darryl, but not yet. I'm building a cohesion. So when Darryl comes in and shows us where this goes in a 5-step whatever system, right? You'll understand it by and by, okay? Is that fair? Share your screen again. Step 1, pique the interest. Post something resourceful, not selfish, but something that says, let me add value to you. Okay, Pam Norris got that. Not selfish, but resourceful. And then she had an agenda with this post, didn't she? The agenda was, you need to go ahead and interact with me. Her entire post, okay, her entire post was all about come to my inbox. Comment on this post. Does everybody see it? She didn't post to be seen, to be popular. She posted to strike a conversation. So that's valuable information. All right, that's valuable information. She posted to strike a conversation because you guys are going to hear this over and over. I'm never going to stop saying it. It is a mantra around here. What am I about to say? Trace, Grace, it starts with conversations.
Conversations create clients.
Stop saying that. Conversations create clients. If you ever get lost, if you ever say, wow, what a great class, but I don't know where to begin, start with a conversation. If you ever say, and I get this a lot, right? Wow, Antonio, that's so much information. I'm like drained. I'm like emotionally high. That was like, whoo, yes. Start with a conversation, right? Before you process it, before you try to break it down, dissect it, go strike a conversation with someone. Get it? Yeah. I'm going to push this further. And this is real. This is about to hit some of you in the kidneys. If your money isn't aligning with your goals, it is because you stop having conversations. That's the truth. If you currently have lack of money, you currently have lack of conversations. I talk all the time. Yeah, not about your product, not to people with intent. You get it? All right, Susan has her hand up. Go ahead, Susan.
Well, I just got really excited about this for Grace. First of all, I just shared it to our Total Life Enjoyment page, which I told you.
All right.
I created. Yeah, I created a while back, and really haven't done much. I knew it was a place that I wanted to put things in, and starting to get ready to do that more and more. But you know, that's why this is helping me for that. But I'm thinking about Math Made Fun. Grace, have you thought of taking this into the after school programs, to gifted programs, summer school gifted programs? I can think of so many places. I mean, we were working with a lady who is the head of the gifted program and had my daughter. She's written many books and things on this, and she's amazing. I'll have to connect you with her. But I just feel there's so much there. Like, my kids still love to tease and laugh about Kuman math. We had them in Kuman math, and you know, it wasn't fun. They did learn, but they didn't have fun, and so therefore they didn't stick with it. But they still like to have fun and laugh about it and talk about it. So those are just some ideas that I have, and maybe they could be some of your targets as you're putting these things out there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Susan. I hadn't thought about those things that you were saying, but I'm thinking about them now. So thank you so much. And yes, when you're ready to get me in touch with your daughter, I will be readily available. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, so let me back up real quick, because I still want to throw Daryl this alley-oop, and it's not that it's intentional. The universe wants y'all to catch this lesson, right? Deanna sent me a year worth of her script a year ago, to be honest with you, right? She's towards the end of it. It's really, really long, so she sent the whole thing, and she's just been going through it one by one. What are the odds that what Deanna is talking about today, which she wrote a year, or which I wrote a year ago, and she's using that keynote, coincides with the exact training that you learned yesterday? That's not me. That's the universe, right? You're supposed to be paying attention here, because this lesson keeps popping up. And as a collective, we're not getting it. Doesn't matter if I get it. I got it. Yeah, I probably made it up. That's not good enough, because we are a collective. You get it? All right, let's recap, and then you can share your screen while I'm recapping. If you're wondering what we're doing, even though it's been stated, it's okay. I'm not repeating to insult your intelligence. I'm repeating to create that wrinkle in your brain that stays there forever. We are creating a community that leads to income. This is boom. Just that simple. All right. You don't have to put no fancy words on it. Facebook group, whatever's LinkedIn group, Reddit group, WhatsApp group, church group. It doesn't matter, right? It is a community that leads to income. Go back to that same post you was on, right? That one right there. That leads to income. That's what we're doing. Now, Grace did not post to be popular. She posted to convert. Is anyone paying attention that the emoji use that she used in her post? The emoji gathers attention because it's not regular. Get it? 5 years from now, when emojis are just regular everywhere, then we'll have to, we'll have different technology where she can blink and something will happen on the screen, you know, because cell phones are being our temples of our heads and stuff like that, right? But until then, until we're in the virtual reality world, this is what we got. Now, she posted with intention. Grace, is there anybody in your group that does not belong in this group?
No.
Can you explain to us how did you pick the members of this group?
I polled my audience, and I asked, one of the posts I asked, do you or anybody you know? Well, I made the group. That's what it was. I made the group, and I invited certain people. I didn't invite everybody, but I invited certain people, and those who were supposed to be in the group, I knew, you know, would join.
Stop right there. I want to make it as plain as possible. You invited certain people. Certain people is an ambiguous word that you decided to be in the group. So I need you to break down certain people and how you decided.
How I broke it down is when I look at the friends that I have, I know certain things about them. And like this lady right here, I'm about to invite her because we used to be co-workers together, and she is a genius at math.
Right now.
Co-worker, math. Deanna's my friend and my business partner, and I would always hear her say, you know what? Because of you, I want to learn more about math. So I invited her. And I know people, when it says math made fun, a lot of people don't associate fun and math in the same way.
So you fast forward that answer, you are intentionally picking people who are interested in math or know other people who are interested in math, yes?
Yes.
Do you also see she created a link to her group to make it easily accessible? Math Made Fun. Now, Grace, since you invited 2 people to your group, I want you, do you remember the first name?
Yes.
Outstanding. Let's get off your group. No, just write down that page. I'll open up a new tab. And I want you to go to that person's Facebook page, and I want you to message them because someone's going to ask, how do we message these people? Because you just invited them. That's Yahweh. Antonio Smith would invite and send a message for ultimate conversion. Now, before we get to that, because it'll leave what I want Daryl to answer, up until this point, every single thing that, I'm going to stop your screen real quick. Every single thing that Grace has done has been intentional. She has not sought after people. She has fished in a pool of people who already want her product, and then she threw out posts to make them say something to her, and she's going to actively listen them to a point of conversion. Daryl, not only can you say whatever you wish to say, but can you say up until this point how much of that aligns with what you were teaching us last night?
Absolutely, I can. It's very interesting when you talk about making the comment on someone's post, because what that really is, it is a peek And it's done in such a way, it's actually very clever, and it actually helps me in continuing to add to this whole idea of creating genuine conversation. But it's also a lure. Now, I love to fish. I don't know if anyone loves to fish. If you like to bass fish, bass bite on natural instincts, on reacting to something in its environment. And if you're posting the right thing, you get people to react to what you want them to react to without them actually knowing they're doing it. So in peaking, the idea is to get their interest, but not directly. So as I said last night, we don't want to just walk up to people and start talking to them. We want to start genuine conversations. That's the peak. That's the post. So that's number one. I got from that teaching this morning to add to what I'm doing. So it's always smart to continuously add to what you're doing. So that helps me, number one. And it also helps me to teach it, number two. So starting those conversations is important, and then continuing doing the same thing creates that that potential client for you. That's the way I see it. If I'm going in genuine and I'm finding out based on maybe doing some research on them before I post it, and finding out what they're looking at, what they're liking, and so I can tailor my post around that. So I think it's powerful. I think it leads right into the next steps, whatever you're doing, and giving them now information. Because if that conversation is genuine, we've built a relationship, and now it's easier for them to receive any information that you have for them. Back to you.
I really like that last sentence. Yeah, I appreciate you. It's easier to receive any information you have for them. But I'm not harping on that because that's the last thing you said. That's the last thing I remember because I wasn't listening. But that was powerful. He tied it up in a nice, pretty bow. Because we want everyone to buy from us, yes?
Yes.
We're going to admit that we are in this to cash out. Like let's call a spade a spade. We want to change the world, but we don't want to do it under a bridge, homeless. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
I know I don't. I told someone yesterday I ain't going back in no trash can again. I'm just not doing it. Right? Not in this life, next life. I'm just never going back where I came from in this life. This is not happening. This is not happening. So we're making money, but we're doing it in a way that makes it easier for people to receive the information we have for them. I'm telling you, I want to see how much can I. I need to find a way to. All right. I want to show you all something, but maybe. Okay. If the energy says it's so, I would do what I wanted to do. What you're trying to? No, don't try to. You trying to make it? Did I share a screen? Okay, good. I was hoping. I was like, no. I want to show you something, but I don't want to do it right now because everyone won't. You'll receive it properly, but it won't do the effect that I needed to do. I need to stretch your awareness. So I'll do this here. Everyone write this down. Grace, get ready to share your screen. Deanna, this time I want you, while she's sharing her screen, to pick, because you make me rich, you make me famous, right? I want you to pick up from your perspective how you get into major interviews, all that stuff, on her page. Same thing I just did in my gift, I want you to do in your gift. Fair enough? No, don't share now, because I want everybody to, I want you to lean in and write down what I'm going to say. Right? Here is your preamble to the statement. What makes Antonio's teaching different is, and put colon, okay? The two dots. I know we don't use them often unless we have a grocery list, but that semicolon is actually quite useless. It's Just put a period. Semicolon separates two independent clauses, sentences. Just put a period. It really doesn't have much of a purpose unless you're dividing numbers, scriptures, or something like that. And what makes Antonio's teachings different is, I got that? Okay, here it is. He teaches how to get customers for free. That's the difference. That's the difference. I teach you how to get high quality customers for free. While I'm going to always preach to you, get you a large marketing budget, I'm always teach you how to bring that down and get that for free. Always. That is the difference between what I teach and what others teach. To get all that, let me use the algorithm for it. And you know what? That's all good, but I'm real old school when it comes to money. Okay? When it comes to money, I want to put my big old belly on your belly, face to face. Let's talk. I really do. I really, really do. I'm not having no president I can't be friends with. Neither am I going to have no president that ain't afraid to disagree with me. And believe me, they'll disagree with me all the time, right? Yes, right? But we friends even when we talking loud, right? You understand what I'm saying, right? Just period, point blank. I just need you to get, this is free customers, y'all. You understand that? These are high quality leads. In a speech, I don't know every industry, but I do know the one I started off in. In motivational speaking, a high quality lead costs anywhere between $150 to $250. I get them for free. Is Jerome here? I wish he was. Let me see. Okay. I cannot tell you how many of people that are here that have spent $20,000 to get in here before we shifted. How many of y'all want $20,000 customers? All right, let me show you something. I wasn't going to do this. How many of y'all want that?
Whoa, wait.
Do you? Yeah, it's always today's date because I like money. Oh, I'm sorry, I went too fast. All right, let's do it again. Is it seeable?
Yeah, it is.
Do you understand?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The goal is to always get money. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The people who do, I just don't like transactions that don't have a comma in it. It's just not my thing. Do you understand? It's because it takes the same amount of energy. It takes the same amount of energy to get $200,000 than it does to get $20. Same amount of energy. The way you get 5-figure sales, and that's an installment.
Wow.
That's an installment. That's not the final purchase. That's an installment. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's an installment. The way you get that is you talk. You actually have a conversation. You do not funnel a sale with that, with any type of, right? It may start in the funnel, but there's going to be an adult. You'd be like, you better talk. I'm not gonna swipe my card. Is there somebody behind this call, this funnel? Am I making sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, share your screen, Grace. Hopefully you got your message up, since that's my part of this deal. Right after I finish the message, then you're going to pick up in your gift. Okay, all right, fantastic. Grace is a true doer. Because someone was going to ask, now, here's what I just taught you. I don't know if Grace, if you would have, did you invite and send messages, or did you just invite?
I was invite.
All right. I like to invite and send messages. You understand? I like to invite you to my group and then send you a message to my group on why I invited you. You know why? Because I want you to think that I wanted you, which in truth I did. But how much, after you finish, I want to talk about customer lifetime value, okay? Remember that. You understand? Now read us your message, and then I want you to copy and paste that message, okay? And then when you're finished, just type it in chat. You don't have to take that message, but at least if you don't have a message to send people, then now you would have at least an example of one. Yes? Outstanding. Go ahead.
Hey, friend. I know you're getting ready for another great new school year. I wanted to invite you to my group, Math Made Fun, because I would love to add value to you and be here for you to have a place to come to for ideas you can use, as well as helping others you know with math. You are a genius at math, and I would love for you to be part of this group. Have a successful and prosperous school year. Love you. Go.
Are you talking to us? I can't hear a thing. And
Child,
haven't.
I was going in too. Let me tell you, I was doing a fantastic job talking. I was everywhere. Look, I was doing a good job talking, and the whole thing was muted the whole time. I was saying that Deanna's getting ready to put her gift on it. That's why Grace is sharing her screen. But I was getting ready to validate Deanna because she has different gifts than mine. While Susan and I would have strategic thinking, Deanna has, in this order, we use a different talent test than them. Not to say that one is better than the other, although I do believe theirs is better than the one we use now after taking it. Hers is empathy, positivity, and then she has ideation. Do you remember your top 5 in order? That's all right. I do, because I expect y'all to forget. I remember everybody's top 5 in order. Don't worry about it. That's my job. That's why I signed the checks. It's all good. Okay. Now, positivity or empathy first, then positivity, then ideation. So all she does all day is come up with ideas. I had to transform her into a doer. You get it? Yeah. All right. So she has plenty of ideas. Deanna, throw some ideas out there for us.
Starting off, for someone, for your owls and for your monkeys and your koalas, this page is perfect because it's full. Like I said, when Grace first posted this one right, yes, that one, I was instantly, ooh, let me do this. This is fun. Because it catches your attention. It's colorful. It has to do with food. It looks like McDonald's. Look at the cart. So for marketing purposes, she used a picture that was full of color. She also used food, which everybody loves food. I don't care what you say. You love food. And then it looks like McDonald's. McDonald's French fries, McDonald's hamburger, and McDonald's drink. And so what it did was, as you see, there goes my response right there. it drew me in instantly. She literally made math fun for me. So to market to somebody like me, she literally did exactly what this page says. And in marketing, that's what you want to do. If it says math made fun, make it fun. If it says resources for the world, make sure you post resources that the world can use. Don't just post resources for your state. Don't just post resources for your city. Post resources for Italy. Post resources for China. Post resources for Russia. You know, and then math helps you get fit. So she has her text. She has her graphic. In marketing, so the first graphic caught my attention. I'm a monkey. I like excitement. And then it got the kid in me. She made it fun. Now she's going after those with fitness goals. She posted someone who is fit and also posted, hey, guess what? Math also helps you get healthy. So not only is she's literally posting to fit the different personality types, to fit the different categories of people. You have your foodies, you have your people that like fun, now you have your people that want to get healthy, all centered in math. To some people, working out is fun, and she just targeted them. Yeah. And she just targeted them. You want to make sure, and with your marketing, you don't want to limit yourself. You want, but still keep the theme. And I promise you, Grace, if you can keep strolling, her theme is still the same. For those who love houses, she's literally taking her brand and adding everyone else into it. And then she's also being a resource. Because if you notice, she shared videos from Antonio. Don't just post you. That's not being a resource. If you want to be a resource, post other people. Truly and honestly, I don't like math. I was looking forward to doing that math problem. And not only is she teaching me math, but she's also incorporating other resources, because in the conversations that Antonio is having, there's no telling what in there that I need to catch. So not only is she telling me math is fun and she's making it fun, she's also being a resource and helping educate me on other things. The whole conversation with law being down here and with vaccines, there's something in there for everybody. But if you notice, there's food. It's not just a generalized post. And again, you want to make sure in her posts, make sure you follow the ring code. In marketing, you want to make sure that you catch attention. But now what I would love to see Grace do is, one of the things that Antonio taught us is be your first post. Definitely be your first post, because not everybody wants to be the first person to post. So if they already see, sometimes no one really pays attention to who posts. Sometimes they just want to see one comment. Oh, okay, so now it's safe for me to go and send somebody commented. Because in your group, that's where you create the conversations. So while you do absolutely amazing, now you want to do even more marketing by commenting. Be your first comment so you can start engaging your audience. You're doing absolutely amazing with your posting. Now start engaging them. The resources that okay, so I'm going to mute and let Boston hands.
If you want to keep going,
oh, okay.
I'm going to teach her what to do.
Now again, Grace and I are business partners, so I kind of know some of the stuff that she has. Your lead magnets, post them. The other ones, because she actually has like things to help others with math. So you've already made math fun for me, so you've already drawn me in. So now become a resource. If I have a 4-year-old kid, I need to start teaching him math. How do I do that as a parent? What are some resources that I can go to start doing that? and then teach me how to make it fun to teach them. That's a resource as well. I am a 36-year-old mother who wants to go back to college. How do I teach myself and make math fun for myself and my 4-year-old? Resources. So when she starts putting other resources, now Math Made Fun is an actual resource. So now she's providing me links to other people or other documents or other things outside of this that help me. So not only is she making it fun for me, which again, y'all, I hate math, and Grace literally did make math fun for me. Not only is she making it fun for me, but now she's providing me the resources and education I need to actually help me grow. That's what your groups should do. And have fun in your groups. I can promise you, I'm sure Grace had fun making her graphics. And if you notice, she used hashtags. In marketing, hashtags are a way to get you noticed. If you notice, she has hashtags calculus, chemistry, geometry. When she posts this on Twitter and Instagram, if someone searches those hashtags, they pull her up. That's why it is important to use hashtags. Not just for branding, but for branding. It helps you get out of obscurity. She's using colors. From a marketing standpoint, I can go to her page and everything will be great there. It's colorful. She has her posts up. The only thing I would see missing would be her interaction. When you start your groups, do your posting, do your graphics. And you don't even necessarily have to create your graphic. You can go to Google, you can research a meme and post it. PJ does that very well. That's all you have to do, and just type something to say, put your hashtags and post it. And then be the first person to comment on it. Now, one of the things I want to point out to everyone is, Grace, if you can just kind of scroll, just keep scrolling. If you notice on every last one of her posts, you do not see her saying sleep with me. She is not saying buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. She is providing you with a resource. So she's making it comfortable for you to be on. Look at that. I forgot about that one. Something as simple as math, tailor-made. Now she's attracting a different type of audience. Nothing on here says buy from me. If there is a link, it's linking you to a resource.
I'm going to teach them how to make all of this.
Oh, Boss Man said he's going to teach all of y'all how to make it say buy from me. Math over fear. But she's not saying sleep with me. She's not saying, hey, buy this product. Hey, buy this product. That's not what your groups are for. Your groups are literally you creating a pool of hot market people that you will direct them to buy from you. But first, you got to build those conversations. So when you start your groups, don't go in there saying, hey, buy from me, buy from me. Go in there, post something nice. Make them laugh, make them think, intrigue them, direct them to somewhere that'll educate them. Miss Pam and Mr. Tony started an amazing group. It was discussed yesterday, and they started the group. And I took a look at the page, and you can see where the page is only for those who create a resource. So anyone who needs something in some shape, form, or fashion, they can be like, hey, Pam, this is what I'm looking for. Oh, hey, well, you know what? Go in my group. There's plenty of people in there that'll be able to help you. That's what you want. You want to be a resource, because once you become a resource, trusting you is going to be simple, because they can trust you with the information. They can trust their money with you. If every time they come to you, you educate them, you help them fix a problem without asking them for something in return, they're going to thank you with something in return. And that's what your groups are for. Your groups are to give them something without asking them for anything in return. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Coach D.
I have a question as to, like, for me in the MLM group, right? I struggle with this. I want to be a resource. I just started it. I want to be a resource, but I keep thinking if I point them to someone that's teaching them about MLM stuff, it points them away from me. Now I get I know what the response is. I know what the answer is, but I'm still trying to get past putting another teacher that, and oftentimes they're teaching something different. So can you marry those two together and help me understand how I should move forward in posting?
Yes, sir, boss man.
Absolutely. I can, not from a place of intelligence. I struggle with that myself. Yes, I absolutely struggle with that. But not in his, how? Blogging. When you first, this is what blogging is still is good. In order for your blogs to go top ranked on Google, you must, they call them backlinks. You must send people from your blog out, okay? And I just couldn't fathom it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried to find a way around it. And I'm not gonna do that. Crazy. Shoot. I'm saying I'm not my money, right? And I'm not even selfish. I'm just I guess my real one was no. I need them here, right? I don't need them there because they're gonna go there with better content or different content or whatever. And the more I researched and the more I hit my head against the wall, I understood that Google itself would not rank me anywhere when you search for a blog unless I included what you call backlinks, other links that send people away from my site. And it broke down in two different ways. Now, this isn't answering his question. This is giving the background to answering his question. Google, the way search engines work is you have a human element and let's just call it computer element, okay? I'm sure John Nowinski would recognize this immediately. Now, you must have your website, let's just do a website for a second, computer ready. And you must also have it human ready. I'll give you some examples. Every post page needs to have a featured photo that's from a human perspective. If you wanted to rank high in SEO, search engine optimization. For the computer, every page, every blog, the title of that page or blog must also be found in the body of the email or of the post, okay? Of the post. Now, you'll see people like me get around that as I'll say, how to benefit from drinking Starbucks coffee is the title of the blog, okay? I'm just saying that because I have this all black. I only drink coffee black anyway, right? Black, venti, don't save room for cream, whatever they got brewed. Now, that's the thing. How to make money, how to make drinking Starbucks coffee benefit for you. Now, the moment I got that title, the way I get around that is, the very first thing I'm going to put is the same thing I just said in the title, right? Almost like the title of the paper. And now I'm SEO searching because it's too hard for me to work that in to the actual text. You get it? And the more I did these things, and then I would have to have links that what they call resourceful. The reason you keep hearing me, and I realized this when I came up with the statement, the days of being relevant without being a resource are over, it was a few years ago when I understood the days of being relevant without being a resource are over. You can't even do it in a blog post. Google will shut you down or just minimize your power. Now, I'm saying that for you to understand the machine world says this is how it should be, and human beings, us, are so used to it, we don't care. I need you to get every time you've ever Google searched. Glad I made you co-host. My stuff just crashed. Every time you Google searched, okay? Excuse me. Every time you Google searched, sorry, when it kicked back in, it mutes me. Every time you Google search and found that article on the top, like how many of you go to the 10th page when you Google something? Nobody, right? I mean, we look for the, if you're like me, you go for the first page, you skip the first two things, so they're ads. I don't feel like being tracked. Right. And I go to the third one that's not an ad, right? That's pretty much what I do, okay? Now, every single time you've done that, you didn't care that was someone resending you somewhere. And if it keeps having the same site over and over, you don't care that when you get in there. Here's what you actually care about. This is what happens. You get in that blog, you get to Daryl's blogs, and Daryl's got all these helpful links everywhere. Pay attention. When you get there, you go, wow. All right, he sent me here. And it said, for more information about this, check out this. Oh, wow, it's right here. And for more information, check out that, right? All of us have done it. We Google some search thing, and we go, man, this guy's got everything on this one place. And then you do it again. 2 or 3 times of that, you're like, you know what, this is my guy. Every time because I don't care about where he's sending me. I care that every time I go here, it's a one-stop shop. How many of y'all feel that way about ATS? And how many times have we sent you other places? Every day, right? Every day we send you other places, but every day we're a one-stop shop. The way you reconcile that in your mind, because this isn't an ego problem, this is that just fundamentally doesn't make sense problem, right? It's just one of those things where it's so logical, it's like, come on, bro, right? It just doesn't make sense. But the truth is, what we care about is Daryl being a one-stop shop. We don't care that he sent me somewhere else. My loyalty is going to reside in how much I can get from this one source. It's to the point to where I won't even remember Daryl's name, but I'll go to my search history and go find what I think was him. And then I'll search. How many of y'all have done that? You went through your history, you searched time after time for that one thing you were looking for, and you're like, all right, I got it back. Let me bookmark him now. Yeah. You get it? The way you reconcile that is understanding that every time that Daryl and his group sends me out to other people, you're giving me the opportunity to decide. No one else is doing that for me but you. If that doesn't make sense, I'll tell it to you this way. Old lady, she was now, and she's like 43, which ain't old. That's just fine. Okay, 43 is fine. 53 and 63 is fine too. You understand? 73 and 83 is fine too. How about that? All right. She said in a counseling session, her and her spouse, she said, "Listen, I'm not mad that he cheated. I'm not. I'm mad that he didn't give me the option to figure out if I wanted to stay with him or not. He didn't give me the option. That's what curses me out," because she used a curse word. Okay, that's what upsets me. Okay, I'm translate that word right there, right? He didn't give me an option to decide. If Daryl is known as the person who gives options to decide, people will always decide on him. You know why? Because we're inundated with information every day, but no one gives us the freedom to choose for ourselves. feel me? I don't mean that to be psychological. I'm telling you this purposely, like intentionally. Every day, ATS is telling y'all, hey, go out there, go. Oh, check out this. Here's a link. Here's where you get free pictures. Every day we do that. And every day y'all loyalty grow because we do that instead of subside. Is that fair? Let's put a bow on that now. The way you put that in a post is you recommend it as recommended reading or viewing. You get it? That way you're not sending them out and you're not saying you're not the authority. You're just saying, I recommend this because I'm talking about this. They will either talk about it further, talk about it differently, or here's this, they're going to talk about it in the way I disagree, so I recommend you go read it so you can see why I'm arguing for this point. You get it? Here's the bow. As long as Daryl is recommending it, he's the authority. Get it? As long as you push off, this is my recommendation, doesn't matter why, for you to disagree, for you to see why I'm arguing this, as long as he's recommending it, you didn't know that information. If I've never told y'all, some people work close with me, hear me say this, I always make sure that in a room full of powerful people, whatever, I always introduce them new information they never had before. I always do. I always set myself in a position of superiority, not by arrogance. I introduce you information you had no idea on. So when Daryl introduces a recommendation, who's in a position of power? The recommendation or the recommender? There you go. I'll let you respond, Daryl, and see if, hopefully I eased it, but if not, then I'll let you respond.
Yeah, you did, and it does make sense, but I have a couple of additional questions. One would be what would be the ratio that I would post either my own content or
fantastic question,
recommended content that agrees with me, and recommended content that opposes my view. I like that because what I'm thinking is when I teach changing the narrative and I oppose a lot of what I call the nonsense in MLM, I want to give them, because I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm saying is right. I want them to go out and view the other side and decide for themselves because the evidence is clear. So the question is, what would be the ratio first? And then the second question I had is, what is really the difference in posting between my business page and the group page? Well, I got the group page is more resources, and then the personal page would be what?
Yeah, good questions. Let's work backwards to the second one is easier. Your group page is to avoid the algorithm. The group page is your pond, your fish jumping out the water, and you don't have to be at the mercy of the algorithm.
Got it.
You get it? Yeah. That's why you're in a group, because you don't have to worry about what time to post, what type of post to post. That pretty much that whole group is going to see that post. Is that fair? Yeah. That's why, as long as you have a group that's exciting, and then what you can do is you can do what I do. You can post a picture and tag every single person in that group. You can't hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. He wants to say something. Good. Let me let you say something. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I'm there. You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That was a good question about that informing people about other people. Basically, is what you're saying. And I'm in that business too, where I really want to know. I want to let people know what's out there and let them know, hey, why mine is better. But I have a reason why I don't want to expose them to the other people, because even though mine is better, theirs may be a little cheaper, but theirs cheaper for a reason. So I was just saying all that to say that how you said you believe in your product or you believe in whatever information that you're giving out there, that's how I believe in what I'm giving out there. And if you know your product or whatever you're doing, if you know it's the truth, then it'll shine through. It'll just work its way through. When even though you're there, you letting them know about this and whatever else is going on, you kind of like and yeah, research it. I don't mind you researching. I do mind you. This is where I my fault is. I do mind you spending your $40 with them to find out your money would have been better spent my way. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to convert people. Once they be converted one way and they see, oh, people on this end is not that, even though I'm presenting myself to be that, but they try somebody next to me that wasn't that. And I understand what you're saying, but what I have to say is like, if you believe in your product and whatever you're doing, and you know that it's like that, and the information that you're giving is truthful, then it'll shine through.
Absolutely will shine through. So you had questions up in there that I'm going to address and lump them with Daryl's. Your ratio of other people versus your people, your stuff, in a real sense, because there had two questions there. I could be taken two ways. In one post, or like if I'm and then the second one was, or if I'm arguing for or against, and let you see it that way. So we'll answer both. If I'm going to post someone else's stuff just as a post, or am I going to post it as in, here's this change in their MLM, here's this long form post, and I'm going to recommend that to you in that thing. While that doesn't matter, okay, while the ratio doesn't matter, your intentionality of converting does matter. If you're going to post someone else's post, make sure you're your first comment and you link them back to your material. Everybody got me? If you're going to post someone else's post, make sure either in that text before their picture shows up, link shows up, you can link them back to you, or in the first comment, you link them back to you. Now you're just using other people's money and energy to turn into a funnel, right? You're just using their content to funnel them to your direction. Did everybody receive that? Because it's powerful if you catch what I'm saying. All right, go ahead, Darryl.
Okay, before you move forward, when you say link back to them, do you mean like using a hashtag or something to bring them back?
Fantastic question. I meant link back to you is what I meant. I probably said that. Okay, good. Now, link back to you is more important. I mean an actual post that sends them to where you want them to go. I'm going to log in to Facebook now and show you an example. Let's see. You're going to, in your first comment, you're going to say, okay, thank you very much. If you want such and such, or check out such and such, or get this at this link. And I'll show you an example of me doing it. Now, all the time, if it's a live video, you obviously can't be your own post unless you have your staff, right? But sometimes I'm not my first post because I am too busy actually being live. So I can't be my first post. But what I can do is hurry up and get to there as fast as possible, and I'll show you. Let's see. I'll show you a mistake that I made, and then I'll show you where I did not make a mistake, and then both of those will make sense. All right, here we go. Good. Share my screen. Here's a mistake that I made, and Darryl, this really fits your question. And Trey, who is Adam on your screen, I'm about to make it come back to yours. Is my screen caught up, or do I have a delay like it's been? Can y'all see this?
Yes.
You see my face? Okay, good. All right. Here's a mistake that I made. I posted this yesterday, 14 hours ago. I knew it was a heartfelt video. I'm looking at 9 million views. I knew it was going to be impactful on my page. I knew it was going to do something like this. And I did not be my first comment because I was in the middle of doing something. Okay? At no point am I my first comment here. Look at that. Top fans have responded. I'm not my first comment. Daryl, this is your question that, you know, if I'm not posting or if I'm posting someone else's stuff and I'm telling you be your first comment, so let me show you what first comment looks like and then it'll make sense. On this post, I am my first comment. You see it? Here's a video of me. I think that's Maxine's house. This is telling me it's operating 90% better than most of my posts. And y'all see that comment? Can y'all see this? Is it delayed? Okay, good. Customer, right? I'm sending people to the customer page, the official ATSJR Network customer page. It's good? All right. Y'all get it? This is the customer page. I could probably make it bigger. There you go. Is that better? Did you see it zoom in? All right. Do y'all see that? This is what I mean by first comment. It says click every picture on the website to grow your business for free. No email address or credit. I should say credit card or credit needed. Should have been credit card. Then I put the link. Now I'm that comment. Now anybody, all 12 of these people, 100 and see these 16 people. Now watch me manipulate the system. Okay. This is 16 people. Actually, I'm doing it on the old post. Daryl, what you're going to do, that's the first comment. Now, I had 148 people like this post that I didn't capitalize on, right? Let me know when you can see 148.
Yes.
All right, good. Now what I'm going to do, since I didn't be my first comment, and I'm going to change this to credit card, since I didn't be my first comment, guess what I'm going to do, y'all? I'm about to post this right now. Can someone guess what I just did? Because it's, all right, unmute your mic and say it, because that's exactly. He just said exactly what I did. He's working on
There you go. You hear me? Yeah, you just brought notifications to everybody box. All them people that commented or whatever, it says Antonio Smith just, you know, so they're gonna take 1 minute out to see what was posted.
Oh.
Yeah, I get that? Since I wasn't my first comment, what I just did was all 148 of these people and anyone who didn't like it but they commented, yeah, they're gonna get that notification. And now they nosy. First, some of them gonna go, who's Antonio Smith? And they're gonna click just to see what I remember this post, but they're gonna see that.
I don't get it.
You get?
I don't.
Fair enough. Let's think of it as funneling, okay? What just happened is, like here, they're gonna get a notification like this, okay? Right here is going to say Antonio T. Smith Jr. just commented on this post. Now, a big significant, redundant, a significant portion of these people are going to now come back to this post and Facebook is going to automatically link them to this. And when they get linked to this, they're going to click and now find this. That's now a funnel. Do you get it? I mean, Zoom is pulling computer spaces, but you get it now. That's now a funnel. What I'm telling you is, if you're going, let's say this was on, remember, this isn't my content. That's the question. What's the ratio? This isn't my content, but I'm using this content that was posted over a month ago, or almost a month ago, using this comment that's clearly viral, 9 million views, almost 10 million, and I'm letting all this virality and energy from this post send them to this post. Let's put that in change in the narrative of MLM talk. This would be, there's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he's like really popular on Facebook with MLM. I can't remember his name. He's got like 9 million likes. You can post one of his posts that went viral here on your page, and then post your podcast as your first comment. Post his post and post your podcast as your first comment. And now you'll be riding his virality, but you'll be funneling them to your podcast. It's similar to, there you go. It's similar to Amazon's algorithm. Amazon algorithm, oh, you know what? Let's not guess what Amazon's algorithm is. Let's go see what Amazon's algorithm is. Amazon's algorithm, see, I recently viewed Inuit Journey. Really? I did that? That must have been you. I know I didn't do that. All right? But there you go. All right? So there you go. Now, Amazon is going to tell me, hey, actually, let me share the screen so y'all can see. Netflix algorithm works like this here. Daryl, man, if you like that movie, I've got 9 movies you never knew about that are just like that movie. That's what makes Netflix so powerful, because you binge watch, and Netflix is always trying to show you new stuff similar to this stuff, but different. Everybody got me? Mm-hmm. Amazon is doing the exact opposite. Amazon says, well, you bought Starbucks. You'll most certainly like Starbucks other flavor. You see the difference in algorithms? You like this podcast, then you'll like this podcast in the same category. That's what Daryl will essentially be doing. If you like this multi-level marketing guy, then you'll like this podcast, which happens to be mine. Everybody follow me?
Yeah.
You got it? And that is how you grow your business. You're saying, hey, ride this energy, but at the same time, let me funnel you here. Since you're on my page, let me take you where I want you to go, which is in my bank account, my community, etc. That's one version of the question. Let's say you have it all in the same post, which now ties in Adam's and Daryl's. Again, it doesn't matter, but what does matter is you are so resourceful that you start doing a comparison, and I'll show you. When Adam was saying better than, my stuff is better than, and it hurts a little bit that you do this or something, what he was actually saying was, I need to show you a comparison, and I'll just share my screen, and it won't be the best picture, but it'll work for our example. Y'all see this comparison chart? You get it? Can you see this comparison chart right here?
Uh-huh.
This is what he can do, is come up with infographics. Now, forget, this just says product name, 1, 2. It's kind of small. You can't see it, but it's okay. Yeah, I want you to see something. He don't have to say my stuff is better than you. All he has to do is put Dina TV, that's the name of his stuff, and put checks of everything Dina TV includes. And then put Comcast next to it. And then put, respectfully, all the checks that Comcast includes. And at some point, Comcast checks is going to stop. His is going to keep going. And that's the most fantastic way to post someone else's stuff, say you're better than them, without saying you're better than them. Just use a comparison chart. Now let's put that in Daryl's talk. What Daryl's going to do is argue a point. What I'm getting ready to do is remember in school, if this is to that, then that is to this, right? If sun is to sky, then boat is to water, right? Something like that, okay? All right, good. We're on the same page. I'm getting ready to do that. If saying you're better than is to comparison chart, then arguing your point is to posting the opposing viewpoint is what I'm getting ready to do, okay? Daryl's going to argue a point, changing the narrative. I'm clearly taking a side. Then he's going to post the other side of that argument. And then they're going to say, I see what you mean. He did it last night, not by accident, just naturally. When he was, actually, matter of fact, let me not tell you what he was explaining. Daryl, let me let you explain it. You were saying how in network marketing, we constantly use, guys, this is all about relationships. All about relationships, right? And Daryl said, no, BS. Okay? Now, Daryl, can you give us that full, fiery argument about relationships? And I want y'all to figure out, right, where the argument is, and then I'll tell you what he should do with the argument. Go ahead, Daryl.
Okay, fantastic. So the point is that there was a survey taken from all of the top so-called top income earners or successful distributors in network marketing, and the person, which was a slanted view, surveyed them and said they all had one thing in common. And so the argument was for you to believe that this one thing is what you should push for. And that one thing is they all had in common was they built really solid relationships. Now, before I go further, I'm going to say that relationships is good in any business, but they're not the priority. So they're making people believe, or their goal is to make people believe that relationships is the most important thing in business. Network marketing is a business. It's made up of relationships, but the goal is to build a business. And you build a business first by getting the right people to work in that business. And as a result of that, you build relationships. But if you do it the opposite way, what you do is you create a loyalty in the undercurrent that the person who's loyal don't even know what they're really doing. So they're loyal to you, and that upline person has got you believing something that's not true. Now, let me be more specific. If I have you connected to me based solely on this personal relationship and not business, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to make a business decision and leave, because I know your little baby Joey and Tommy and whomever else. And so when it's time for me to make a business decision to leave, it's going to be a lot more difficult for me to leave, as opposed to if this was a relationship Antonio I had and we were working together for a year and I didn't make money, it's going to be easy. It's business. Tony, listen, I appreciate you, but this is not personal. It's business. And so that's the point. And it's something I could easily argue, because the statistics prove what it really is. Even though it really sounds good, if someone says this is all based on relationship, you're going to say, yeah, it is. It should be. But that's just the undercurrent. What's on the surface that you're not paying attention to is that someone is manipulating you to stay involved with them when your business mind would tell you to leave. That's amazing.
Now,
but let me finish, because this happens all the time in that industry. That's just one. It's so many other things that they use to manipulate you. And those people who master that manipulation always rise to the top. That's why the same ones who are successful here are successful there, because they're doing the same thing. But you don't know it. You just join. You just do it. And I don't think it only exists in direct sales and networking. I think it exists across the industry, just more. I mean, across business, but just more in that industry. Back to you, sir.
Now, the fantastic argument. He clearly took a side, right, which is his job. Now, all he's going to do is grab a YouTube link of someone saying, yeah, it's all about relationships, guys. Coming out, right? Coming out of LL. It's all about relationships. And all he has to do is sit in his article, in his post, everything he said, and then post that link in there. Now, they're going to go off and go search that link. But they're clearly going to come back, because that's what he was supposed to do. But take, remember, if this is this, that, then that is this. That's now a comparison chart. He's going to have his argument proposed to the set juxtaposed or side by side to the opposing viewpoint. Did everybody see that? And once that happens, boom, Daryl just said, we're better than you without saying we're better than you. Adam just said, we're better than Comcast without saying we're better than Comcast. Because if you come out and say we're better, then your audience is going to now lump you with those bottom feeders who always say that. How many of y'all care about the four wireless, not wireless, what you call it, cell phone networks? Like you just totally loyal, right? Because AT&T say we're the best, Verizon say we're the best, Sprint say we're the best. What's the other one? T-Mobile saying we're the best. Everybody says, so which one's the best? Well, we're saying it now, so we all just lump them. I'll switch if I want to. I didn't know that. He just said in Italy, it's against the law to say we're the best. So everyone's going to say, I got your Pam notice. Everyone's going to say we're the best. Daryl and Adam don't have to. Man, listen, take these comparisons. Decide for yourself. We love you. And now, Adam and Daryl both get cult following because they're the only two in their respective industries that let people decide for themselves. Get it? All right, go ahead, Pandora's.
Question for like Ice Buddy, you showed a comparison chart that had the check marks. There's so much that our product can do that all the others, quote unquote, can't do. Could we just do a chart with the features down the side, and then put Ice Buddy but then name those other products across the top? Or what do you put across the top and show that Ice Buddy does all these, but these that everybody's used to, they can't do it?
Yep, they're gonna do it to you.
Just post a chart.
Yes.
Okay.
They're gonna name your company name. You might as well do it before they do it.
Very good.
Right?
It'll be done today.
And it's all in good energy. And you can do it for free. You can Google comparison chart templates. Find one you can plug and play. I'm helping somebody, right? And then boom, put it there. Everybody follow me? This obvious? All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. I think we answered Daryl's question, Adam's question, Pam Norris's question. Deanna, you had one more thing I remember in there. It was posting schedule for the groups. All right, run it.
You want to make sure that you have a posting schedule. You don't want to post one post for 8 days. Okay.
I want you to hear what she's getting ready to say. We've already taught you a posting schedule for your post, your page. This is not to be confused with a posting schedule for your groups. That means you want to have 2 different posting schedules. Okay, go ahead.
You want to still utilize the posting schedule that Antonio gave us because, again, the posting schedule that he gave us covers every aspect of the Bring code. It covers your links, your graphics, your text, and your videos. So you want to still follow that posting schedule because you want to keep your audience interactive. You want to make sure that you're constantly feeding them a resource and communicating with them. You want to give them a reason to tell you thank you. You can't do that just posting once every 6 hours. You can't do that posting once a day, and you can't do that posting once a week. So come up with a posting schedule. You also want to incorporate your audience in your posting schedule. There, you have some people that post Monday Fun Day. Post your favorite fun moment. Tuesday, Tell All. Tell us about your company. Wednesday, Work Day. What's the hardest thing you've ever done on your job? You know, do things like that as well, because that will force your audience to interact with you and you to interact with them. So in your posting schedule, post something that forces your audience to interact with you. And let me see, because they have like the days of the week posting schedule. So, well, the what I was telling you about posting meetings. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go share my screen so you can see an example of what I'm talking about, because you want to make sure whatever you do in your scheduling, make sure that you incorporate your audience. Okay, so like right here, you can do best time to post on Instagram and be the first to respond. Hey, the best time when I posted on Instagram at this time, this is how many people that I got. You can use something like that. You can also use, like, you can Google memes to post. Days of the week, hashtag marketers. You can use that and find out days of the week. Instagram hashtags for every day of the week. You can do hashtag Monday, hashtag Tuesday. You have, and something I'm looking for specifically, happy Monday, just things like that. But you definitely want to post to where you force them to interact with you. So make sure you have a posting schedule. Post 4 times in the morning, 4 times in the afternoon, 4 times in the evening. And you can schedule these posts. So you don't have to set your alarm clock to go in and post. You can post them in advance. You can post them directly through your Facebook group, or you can use a posting platform. Mine's just going to break real quick. A posting platform like Hootsuite or a platform like that. And you can go in and just, again, you can take an hour or 2 on a Sunday or a Saturday and post for the week or post for the month, and you know you have it covered. I would recommend posting for the month, and then that way all of your energy is going towards building your community. It's going towards interact. Yes, ma'am.
If you're posting through Facebook as opposed to Hootsuite, can you post? Does that allow you to post for the whole week or the month through Facebook?
No, ma'am.
You had to.
You still have to do it
separately, because that's the problem we had. And doesn't Hootsuite there's a cost for Hootsuite, isn't there?
You have with Hootsuite, you have different versions. You do have the free version, and that allows you one platform. Or you can pay like $12.97 a month, and it will give you up to like 10 platforms you can use. So you can do Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and then like have 5 other Facebook pages. So if you have multiple business pages and you have up to 10, then I would recommend the other one. But if you only want to use it for that one, or you only have that one page, then definitely do the free, but they do have the free trial as well.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful.
Very welcome. Very welcome. But definitely take the time, spend the energy at one time to post, to schedule your posts. That way, all of your energy throughout the rest of the week is creating the conversations with your audience and being a resource. And then if they post something, don't forget to go to their page, see what they have on their page, and then make an intelligent comment on something that they have, so you can pull in their audience too. There is no limit to the audiences that you can pull in, because you have no idea who's on whose page. You have no idea who's following has who in it. So don't be afraid to venture outside of your group. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to go to other groups. Don't be afraid to go to each. When someone posts in the group, in the group outside of yours that you're going in to do the 333 technique, if someone posts in there, go to their page, see what else they have on their page, and post on there as well. One interested person has an unbelievable reach. What if you didn't know who Antonio was? What if you didn't know who Antonio was? Your facial expression is priceless. And you posted something on your page, and he commented on it. And when he commented on it, he shared it to his page. His entire network can see that. All because you were a resource and he commented. And then you went back and you commented on there as well. Or you were on his page, something caught your attention on his page and you commented. And you made such an intelligent comment that you caught his attention. And because you caught his attention, now he's starting to share your stuff on his page. You don't know that he's an influencer. You don't know that he's the CEO of 2 major companies, 2 multi-million-dollar companies. You don't know this. So now you don't know that his network is watching you. Now you don't know that his network is looking at you like, you know what, I really like this person. You don't know that this person is in his network. Now they're in your network. And now you posted a product and they are all over it like white on rice. They are consistently telling you thank you by making a wonderful amount of donations into your bank account. All because you made a comment. You reached out into somebody else's group. You marketed yourself without saying sleep with me, without saying buy something. You were a resource, and they found you as a resource, and that one person started sharing. They say word of mouth is the greatest marketing tool. One person can build or destroy your company and your brand. So make sure that you make sure your content, make sure your page is such a resource to where that one person has no choice but to go around and say, hey, have y'all been on Gerald De La Hunte's page? Yeah, the one with Change the Narrative and MLM. I did not know all that about all that. Girl, did you see that? Like, you know what? Why don't you go over there and tell Lynette about it? Because, you know, she was in that company over there that one time, and she just ain't do it right. I don't know what was wrong with her, but maybe this will help her. Or, hey, did y'all hear about that company, Ice Buddy? Yeah, girl. You know what? My mama got stuck in a hurricane the other day, and all her medicine just went bad. We had to rush to find, and we looked on her page, and we pre-ordered our Ice Buddy because we listened to everything that woman, that Miss Pam
What is that
and
noise?
Mr. Tony said. We listened to everything that Miss Pam and Mr. Tony said, and we pre-ordered ours. So when it come out, we know our mama is straight. Tanya just had a baby, girl. They have a whole package just for newborns. You should get it. And y'all can go on that picnic y'all always want to go on without having to worry about the baby stuff going bad. You don't have to carry around that big old. Girl, y'all know y'all got that big old bag. Y'all know how people talk. I'm just saying, y'all know how people talk. Or they're sitting at a dinner table and they're having a wonderful conversation. And they're like, hey, I'm really looking to start a business. Really? Like, yeah, but I just don't know where to start. Have you heard about the ATS Business University? Girl, no, what is that? Okay, so you know how my business has truly just taken off. Like, yeah. She said, that's how it did. I did it. Here, why don't you Antonio, I've heard so much about this Antonio guy. Go on his page. Everything you need is there. Or, so here, I'm going to send you this link. Go ahead and just click this link right here. But it's all word of mouth because they've experienced you. You put them through your sales funnel. You made them aware of you because you made a comment that caught their attention. And then when they shifted over to who you are, you had an entire group full of resources, so they were able to discover you and evaluate you. And now that you're commenting on your information first, now that you're doing all that first, now they've already made the intention of, if this person ever sells anything, I'm buying it first. And here you go. Hey guys, guess what? I have a new book coming out. They're already in it. They've already pre-ordered. They pre-ordered one for them. They mama, they daddy, they best friend, and they husband or wife. And if the kid is old enough, they got one for them too. All because you made one comment, you made the right comment, and you created content that was a resource for them. So you don't want them to go to a dead page. You don't want them to go somewhere and be like, oh, okay, so they just made a nice comment. You don't want that. You want them to be able to go there and spend time with you. You want them to be like this all inside your page, just, ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good too. Ooh, that's real good. Oh, look at that. Girl, come see this. Come see this. Grace, look. And we actually do that. That's how you want them to interact when it comes to your group. We share links all between us, between our core. We share links all the time. And some of them be from y'all. Because you posted something that resonated with us. So we'll share it with each other. Y'all, did y'all see what Sonya posted? She is on fire today. Hey, did y'all listen to that new episode from Miss Pam? Here, I got you. Let me send it to you. Here's the link right now, just in case you missed it. Y'all, Daryl's training was so awesome last night, but did y'all see what he posted the next day? That's what you want. That's the conversation you want, because if they're conversing with each other like that, guess what? If you interact with them, they'll talk to you too, and they will be so happy to buy from you. Use yourself. You are a brand. You are the marketer of your brand, and in humanizing your brand, you have to market you. It's not always the post. It's also what you say to them after you post it. That's what the group is for. People want to be able to talk to you. They don't want a robot. They want to talk to you. And that's what the group does. It lets them know, number one, I can talk to you. Number one, I can trust you. And number one, you're not going to steer me wrong, because every time you post something, it helps me grow. I will give you whatever money you need, because ultimately that's what you're doing. And nobody is going to spend money with you if they don't trust you. Do you have any questions? Okay, well, if we have no questions, I am going to repeat your call to action. If you have not done so, create a group that is only a resource. Send the link to the group that you created to the info@ATSJR Network. Join other groups that are filled with like-minded individuals, and do the 3-3-3 technique daily inside the group. Pick a person, comment on the page, pick a person, go in their inbox, pick a person, and just say, and like and do that. Or you can do like Darren, do all three with one person. Come up with a posting schedule for your group. And then come up with the benefit of being a member of your group. Like a live weekly broadcast, a live Q&A, or you're interviewing other people, and things like that. Allow them to post about their company products or services in your group, or have a giveaway once a month. You can say, hey guys, this month we're going to give away this. If you do this, you'll be entered into the giveaway. So that is your call to action. I don't know why, but I have the need to say this. If you feel like this is too much, what I need you to understand is you are still in obscurity. The way to get out of that, this is one of the ways to get out of it. You want to do what other businesses are not doing. You know how you get irritated when you get that message in your inbox, buy from me. Can we talk first? Can I get to know you? Who are you? I get them all the time, and when I get them, I'll be like, dude, I don't even know who you are. Why are you trying to sell me something? You wrote a book? Ma'am, what is this? No. You want to be that person that when they sit down, they're looking forward to logging on and going to your group to see how you can help save their life that day. It's not too much. And then when you build your team, you teach them your culture so they can keep it going for you. This is what it takes to build a team. This is what it takes to build a company. Your marketing leads to your sales leads to money in your bank account. Your marketing brings you out of obscurity. Your marketing is your content. Your marketing is your conversation. So please, guys, remove the mindset of this is overwhelming. Remove the mindset of this is too much, because you're going to stay there, you're going to get stuck, and you're not going to move forward. You're going to be on these classes every week, sitting there like this isn't working because you're not working it. Because you think it's too much. There's something else that Antonio once told us. And he told it to us during, I don't know which class it was. I don't know if it was our mastermind, the business training, but he said we underestimate how much it takes to build a company, and we overestimate our own value when it comes to the company. You have underestimated how much time and energy it's going to cost to build your company. You have overestimated you when it comes to people you just dropping something and people going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get that. No. Switch that mindset, and it will help you out a whole lot. If you don't have any more questions, Boss Man, do you have any closing comments? Well, ladies and hold on one second.
All of y'all need to email us your group at the email provided, info@atsjrnetwork.com. Email us the group that you are starting. If you did not email us the group, we're just going to assume you didn't do the homework. Okay? Email us the group. That's accountability, isn't it? Yes. Get it done. Email us your group, not just information. Email us your group. Okay, now you can close us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today for the ATS Marketing Training. I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of your groups and becoming a member. In the wise words of our amazing coach and teacher and CEO and everything, you can plan better, you can dominate.
All right, everybody, thank you. And when you're watching this video later, not you people here, freshman people coming, email me your group. All right, everybody.